Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade have just shaken the NBA to its core. In a move that has fans, analysts, and even rival teams scrambling to make sense of it all, their Warriors have pulled off a massive blockbuster trade to land a true superstar. This isn't some whispered rumor or unconfirmed report. This is official, signed, sealed, and delivered. Their Warriors front office has just made one of the boldest moves in recent franchise history, and the entire basketball world is buzzing. If you thought this team was fading from championship contention, think again. This move isn't just about competing, it's about dominating. And with this superstar acquisition, Golden State is sending a crystal clear message to the rest of the league. The dynasty is far from over. This deal reportedly came together in the shadows. For weeks, there had been quiet whispers that the Warriors were exploring ways to shake up the roster, but nothing concrete ever surfaced. They kept things airtight, no leaks, no hints, until suddenly the news hit like a thunderclap. According to multiple sources, Golden State has acquired none other than Jimmy Butler in a jaw-dropping trade with the Miami Heat. Yes, Jimmy Buckets himself is coming to the Bay Area, ready to bring his relentless work ethic, playoff toughness, and unmatched competitive fire to a team already loaded with championship DNA. The details of the trade are equally stunning. Their Warriors are sending Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody, and 2 unprotected first-round picks to Miami in exchange for Butler. While losing Wiggins is no small thing after all, he was a vital piece of the 2022 championship run. This is the kind of move you make when you're all in. Butler is a proven superstar, a two-way force who can take over games offensively and lock down the opposing team's best player on defense. He's the kind of player who changes the energy of a locker room and sets the tone for every single practice, every single possession. From a basketball standpoint, this is a near-perfect fit. Steve Kerr's motion-heavy offense thrives with versatile, high-IQ players, and Butler fits that bill to a T. He doesn't need the ball in his hands every possession to impact the game. But when the moment calls for it, especially in crunch time, he can create his own shot and deliver. Just imagine it. Stephen Curry running off screens, Klay Thompson spotting up in the corner, Draymond Green orchestrating from the top of the key, and Butler slashing to the rim or pulling up for a mid-range dagger. That's a nightmare for any defense. Defensively, this trade is just as big. Butler is one of the fiercest perimeter defenders in the league. Pairing him with Draymond Green gives the Warriors 2 elite defensive minds who can guard multiple positions and disrupt even the most well-oiled offenses. In a playoff series against teams like the Nuggets, Suns, or Lakers, that defensive versatility could be the difference between advancing and going home. And let's not forget Butler's playoff resume is insane. He's carried teams to the finals. He's taken over entire series, and he's known for raising his game to absurd levels when it matters most. That's exactly what Golden State needs to make another deep run. The emotional reaction from Dub Nation has been nothing short of electric. Social media has exploded with excitement, with fans already photoshopping Butler in a Warriors jersey and predicting another championship parade. And while some are understandably sad to see Wiggins go, the overwhelming sentiment is that this is a move worth making. You don't get opportunities like this often to add a battle-tested, proven leader to a core that's already won multiple championships. Inside the Warriors locker room, the mood is said to be buzzing. Steve Curry reportedly gave his full blessing to the trade, knowing that Butler's arrival gives the team another veteran star who can help shoulder the scoring and leadership load. Klay Thompson, too, is said to be excited about playing alongside a teammate who shares his competitive spirit. Even Draymond Green, never shy about voicing his opinion, is aligned on the move, recognizing that Butler's mentality aligns perfectly with the Warriors' culture of accountability and grit. For the Miami Heat, This trade marks the end of an era. Butler has been the heart and soul of that franchise for years, but with their roster aging and the Eastern Conference getting stronger, they've chosen to pivot toward the future. In Wiggins, they get a younger wing who can still contribute at a high level, plus draft picks that give them flexibility moving forward. It's a logical move for Miami, but make no mistake, this was a deal driven by Golden State's urgency to maximize what's left of their championship window. Looking at the bigger picture, this move immediately vaults the Warriors back into the championship conversation. Before this trade, there were questions about whether they could hang with the elite teams in the West. They had depth, they had shooting, they had experience, but did they have enough star power beyond Steve to truly challenge for a title? Now, with Butler in the fold, the answer is a resounding yes. This isn't just about making the playoffs. This is about competing for the Larry O'Brien Trophy right now. And it's not just on paper. Butler's presence brings an edge, an intensity that can change the entire feel of a team. He's known for holding teammates accountable, for setting the tone in practice, for pushing everyone around him to be better. For a team like Golden State, where complacency could easily set in after years of success, that kind of voice is invaluable. He's not afraid to speak up, not afraid to call out mistakes, and not afraid to take the big shot when the game is on the line. Of course, this trade also comes with some risk. Butler is in his mid-30s, and his physical style of play means there's always the potential for wear and tear. But the Warriors aren't playing the long game here. They're making a bet on the next 2 to 3 years on the idea that their championship core, now bolstered by Butler, can squeeze out at least one more title run. It's a gamble, but given their history, it's one they're more than comfortable taking. The rest of the NBA is already reacting. Rival teams are reportedly re-evaluating their trade and free agency plans in light of this move. The Lakers, Suns, and Nuggets, 3 of Golden State's biggest Western Conference threats, will almost certainly look for counter moves to keep pace. This is the kind of trade that forces everyone to step up their game. Because now the Warriors are not just a team with history, they're a team with present-day firepower. From a fan perspective, the upcoming season just got a whole lot more exciting. Warriors games will now feature one of the league's most intense competitors playing alongside one of the greatest shooters of all time. The mix of styles, personalities, and championship experience is going to make for must-watch basketball night after night. And come playoff time, well, if history has taught us anything, it's that Jimmy Butler in the postseason is a completely different animal. Pair that with playoff Steve and the unshakable Draymond, and you've got a recipe for something special. So, buckle up, Dub Nation. The season ahead is going to be a wild ride. Their Warriors have made their move, and they've made it in the boldest way possible. The next chapter of this dynasty starts now, and with a superstar like Butler leading the charge alongside Curry, Thompson, and Green, the possibilities are endless. If you're as hyped as we are about this blockbuster trade, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We'll have all the breaking news, analysis, and insider info as the Warriors gear up for what could be one of the most thrilling seasons in franchise history. This is going to be something special, and you're not going to want to miss a second of it.